Good day, everyone, and a happy weekend to each and every one of us. Today's verse is in Psalms 94, verse 19, and it says, "When the cares of my heart are many, your consolation cheers my soul." Let's read it also in KJV version. It says, "In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comfort delights my soul." And let's also read in NIV to get a better understanding. It says, "When anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me joy." Now, the first question I would like to ask each and every one of us, and I'm asking myself as well, is that do we get great consolation from God? Do we get great consolation from God's word? Because one thing we ought to know is that God is very interested in every aspect of our life. God is not just a God that is interested in our spiritual life alone, but He is much more interested in our emotional life, in our academic life, in our relational life as well. God is much more interested in the whole of our entire being. So, and how do we get joy? How do we get peace? How do we get happiness from this? And it's very important that we begin a relationship with God. Every time I keep on hammering a relationship with God, it's something that is very real, and it's something that we could always enjoy it. So it's important that we begin a relationship with God, and in that aspect we can enjoy what God has to offer. And we could see it as the testimony of the psalmist that wrote this. Yes, challenges may come, yes, trials may come, yes, temptation may come, yes, different problems might come, but at the middle of those challenges we can still draw strength from God. The Bible tells us in Romans 8 that nothing can separate us from the love of God, and the same Bible also tells us that if God is for us, who can stand against us? So with these different promises, with this different encouragement from God's word, do you still feel joy in the presence of challenges? The happiness is not just based on lack of challenges, or happiness is not just based on lack of troubles, but happiness, true happiness that comes from God, is happiness, joy even at the midst of trouble. And that's what God is able to do in our life. So just as the testimony of this psalmist is, so it can be our own too. So let's be encouraged and create that relationship with God. Yes, one thing is that it's not that when we start serving God we won't face challenges. That is a big lie. They will come, and they will come in full force, but God's word will always be a consolation to us. God himself, his presence will always be an encouragement to us. So just as the psalmist has this testimony, we too can actually be same like him. So let's be encouraged and have a relationship with Christ.